Hi everyone, I am Meg Tucker and I am so happy that you are joining me tonight. We are making breakfast for supper. Yes, please. So here's how it's going to work. First, I need a drink. If you've watched some of my other videos, I have wine. Oh, hi there. Whoa. But today, because it's breakfast for supper, we are having breakfast juice. Breakfast juice. Hi, Joelle. So here's what I would love. If you could share on your own page while this video is going on and encourage everyone to join in. Say hello, ask questions. Really, truly, this is interactive and we want to make it fun. Every Monday, I post a couple of options. And this week we had eggs or pancakes. Y'all chose pancakes and candied bacon, and so we're making breakfast for supper. So usually I just wait a minute or two as others join in the fun, and then we get started. So now would be the time you want to preheat your oven. If you are cooking along with me, you want to preheat that oven to 425. I will post the recipe when we're all finished, but we are making pancakes, not your typical pancakes, and we're making candied bacon, and you want to preheat your oven. So we can get started. What I like to do ahead of time is actually make a batch. So for the magic of Facebook Live and YouTube and Instagram and TV, I'm not going to make you wait while they bake in the oven. So we will get to show you the finished product, and hopefully you can make this recipe with your family and enjoy. One more thing I want to say tonight is going out to Humboldt, and you know, I wouldn't normally, I don't cook this fancy, but I wanted to certainly pay my respects, and I had my jersey on all day today, so please forgive me. I have taken it off to cook, but it's, wow, no words, no words. This episode is also going out to my Uncle Ray. So we will leave it at that. Bacon, one of his favorite foods, always cooked a mean batch of bacon. So this is for you, Uncle. All right, let's get started. We are making breakfast for supper. Who doesn't love that? All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is get our pancake batter started. Very straightforward. I have my garbage bowl here, which I always encourage. Keep something on hand. It's so much easier to throw your eggshells and your garbage, anything. It's a garbage bowl. So for your pancake batter, I'll make a basic one. You can certainly, if you have a favorite, perfect. A lot of people have said, can I use pancake mix? And you can. You can. Not hard to put one together though. So let's do that right away. Okay. I'm going to add a cup of flour. Stand back for the, I should wear an apron, but that doesn't happen. All right, in here we have baking powder and a little bit of salt. So it's a cup of flour, and for the baking powder, I'm actually pretty liberal. I like to tell you that that might be my secret. I think you need to get a lot of baking powder to get that levity. Now, the pancakes that we are making don't get especially puffy, but certainly when you're doing them on the stove, unbelievably. So just up the baking powder. Make sure your baking powder is fresh. That makes a difference too. Sugar, about a quarter cup. This will all be in the recipe. So those are the dry ingredients. And then to this, we want to add 2 eggs. So let's get those cracking. I don't know if you know, but some people crack their eggs on the rim of the bowl. You actually risk putting shells, so it's always best to crack it on a flat surface. Just a little tip. 2 eggs into your dish. Always keep just a little rag on hand. I just like to keep it clean. Then we're going to add a cup of milk. So we've got your dry mixing with your wet. And then butter. Butter makes everything better. So for the butter, I would say about a quarter cup. Keep in mind, this is all getting baked in. Yummy. And is that it? This is how easy pancake batter is, not difficult. So you've got your flour, your baking powder, your pinch of salt, your bit of sugar. You've got your eggs, your milk, and your butter. Yeah. So here's our batter. So let's get this all nice and mixed up. We've preheated the oven to 425. And once this gets incorporated with pancake batter, you don't want to overmix it. So I know when you make muffins, you don't want to overmix it as well. It just kind of makes them tough. So yes, get everything all broken down. Yes, get it mixed together, but don't go crazy. And yeah, you can use a whisk. I really like spatulas. It's kind of my jam. I buy them like at the dollar store, 3 for $1, and they're super cheerful and fun. So this, kids, is your batter. Don't worry if it's got a couple of little lumps. They will pop and bubble and bake away and become awesome. All right, so you're thinking, Meg, pancakes are easy. I make pancakes every weekend. Well, here's a really cool trick. Have you ever baked your pancakes in the oven? Have you ever baked your pancakes on a sheet pan where you literally pour it, throw it in the oven and bake it? That's what we're doing today. Oh, vanilla. Can I show you this one? Straight from Mexico. So good. Just a splash. Guys, I'm not the best at measuring. Even when it comes to baking, I kind of take some liberties. But you're going to do about a teaspoon. But if it's really, make it good vanilla. Invest in some good vanilla. Do you know what my mom does? She has really good Mexican vanilla that we bring her back every year. And then she has artificial. She's going to kill me if she sees this. She makes the artificial for certain people, but when she's got company coming that she really likes, then she busts out the good vanilla. Joelle, how much baking powder? Okay. Oh, your son interrupted you. How dare he? Honey, about a tablespoon, but I make it heaping. So 1 cup of flour, I'll put the recipe up after. A cup of flour, we've got a 1/4 cup of sugar, a cup of milk, 2 eggs, a tablespoon of baking powder. Again, that's not baking soda, so you're not really going to ruin it. It's just gonna cause more levity. So baking powder, 1 teaspoon, pinch of salt, 1/4 cup of melted butter, and of vanilla. Marianne, baking powder and sugar. How much, Marianne? Good morning. Good evening. Baking powder and sugar. Yeah. So about 1/4 cup of sugar, Marianne. Again, that's to taste. And I know you might think that that's weird because it's a pancake. Some people don't put any, but I do like to put a little sugar in the batter. I just think it makes it kind of a little bit sweeter. So here, kids, is what I've done. Super simple. Sheet pan, nothing fancy. And I've covered it in foil. If you have the opportunity or you own thicker foil, like heavy duty foil, it does make a difference. Now, you can use butter, but I just find the nonstick spray works wonders. Give it a good spray. What is she doing? Is she not cooking them on the stove? You're welcome, honey. Hi, Tammy. All right, kids, here's what's happening. Can you see this? My batter onto my cookie sheet. It's nuts. This is a really fun thing you can do with the kids. We actually did this on an episode of Just One Bite. And now you might be saying, that's why she called them pancakes. I had it all in caps. So you've got it on your sheet pan. You are literally just spreading it out here. There's a bubble. It's crazy, right? Pour the batter on. This, can I tell you, is amazing into the sink. If you have kids, if you have company coming, you are putting a pancake batter on a cookie sheet. You're going to see here it's not filling out quite to the end. I don't want to tip it. That's okay. As soon as it's in the oven, it's going to start to puff up. So into the oven, 9 minutes, guys. Super fast, 9 minutes. The only thing that I didn't do, because I'm doing that batch plain, is you can top it. So once you've got your batter onto the cookie sheet, have some fun with it. You can take strawberries, you can take blueberries, you can cut up banana, chocolate chips, coconut, anything you want, and this is where the kids can get involved. So you've got your batter on the cookie sheet, you can separate it. So you've got this section for picky eaters is plain. This section has bananas, raspberries, coconut works. My tip, actually it's my sweet Wadey, my husband's tip, make sure your berries are super teeny, like the size of a blueberry, because if they are larger, they tend to get a little watery when they break down in the oven. So it's not a big deal, but you want to just make sure that they're teeny. Are you ready for the big reveal? This is crazy. I cut one just to make sure. Guys, check it out. It is literally a giant pancake, legit, and I'm gonna cut it using a pizza cutter. Again, how much fun is this? Cutting it, you can cut it into squares. I'll grab a plate. And then the easiest thing, you literally serve it on plates. You can do a big platter of them. I'm gonna cut one, and I'm gonna show you the bottom. Can we please look at this? Like, we're talking crispy, crunchy. You've got your edges. So for those who love the crispy, crunchy edges, it's almost like a square, like a square, like a deep square, like a square, not a shaped square, you know what I mean? I swear it's just water in my cup. So you've got your pancakes. This is so much fun. You want to know the coolest thing, guys? Make these ahead of time. Hi, Christine. And you can pop them in the toaster. Boom. Waffle. But they're pancakes. Super fun. So those are your pancakes. Easy. And again, 9 minutes. 425 for 9 minutes. So I'm going to set these aside. I will be posting the recipe on Facebook as well. So we've got our pancakes done. Now it's time to do the bacon. Christine, how are you? Let's see, Tammy and Marianne. If you guys have any questions, let us know. I am Meg Tucker. We are making breakfast for supper. And the goal today is to make supper fun. Because I think a lot of us do breakfast for supper. I think a lot of us, one day a week, think, I'm running out of ideas. I'm not quite sure what to make the family. And this is a fun one because you can involve the kids. You can make a whole sheet pan full of pancakes and make them all different flavors. You can add extracts too, by the way. Instead of vanilla, you could add almond extract. You could add chocolate chips. Really, the sky's the limit. And then, of course, topping them with whatever you want. Makes a great lunch, makes a great breakfast for the week. So on Sundays, you can make a huge pan of these and then pop them in a Ziploc. Kids can grab them all week, microwave them, toaster, or eat them cold because they're super good. Okay, so now for the bacon. Again, we're sticking with the oven. We're making this super simple. So I have my larger sheet pan. Again, it doesn't matter, whatever works for you. This one is really heavy, like super heavy gauge. And I think it's important to get something that is kind of heavier for bacon because it tends to, you know, slosh around a little. So I picked a nice thick bacon. Again, whatever you prefer. It's going to get yucky. So let me get this on the sheet pan and then we can talk. My pancakes are in the oven right now. They are baking at 425 degrees for 9 minutes. But right now, while that's happening, I'm just getting my bacon all on the sheet pan. Now, here's something that I wanted to mention. For your bacon, last episode, I talked to you guys about putting your bacon into a cold oven. I like a cold oven to cook bacon. So tonight, my oven is not cold. That's okay, not a big deal. We're gonna drop the temperature when the pancakes finish down to 400. So $4.25 for the pancakes, $400 for the bacon. Did that make sense? Hang on. Little hand wash, which I did right before we started. Always key. Someone's asking where Ollie is. He's in the bedroom. We got Animal Planet. Can I tell you, it was like the best $3 a month you could ever spend. And when he's pooped, he's legit like a teenager. He's laying on the bed watching Bear Cub Rescue. That's Oliver. Okay, so I have my bacon on the pan, the sheet pan. Nothing else is happening at this point. I get it. You're like, well, this was exciting. What's this recipe? But it goes into the oven 400. So let's just pretend that I've popped it in. What's going to happen at the 15-minute mark? So again, 20 minutes is how long you cook your bacon, but at the 15-minute mark, we're going to pull it out, and this is where it's fun. This is where you are going to take, so good, some brown sugar. If you like brown sugar and you want your bacon at the end to be a little crunchy, a little more texture. We're caramelizing it. We're making it candied bacon. Stop. So good. So you're going to take brown sugar, I don't know, quarter cup, add a smidge of cayenne, just a smidge. But if you don't like the heat, it's fine. It's fine. Mix it through with the brown sugar. Pull the bacon out at about 15 minutes. You may want to flip it depending on your oven. Again, it all depends on your oven. And then you just sprinkle the top with some brown sugar and pop it back in the oven for 5 minutes. Watch it, because if it's in there forever, it could burn. Hi, Lindsay. But if you don't want that, you can just use maple syrup with a little cayenne. Here's where it's super crazy. Guys, you don't even have to use just maple syrup or brown sugar. You can use maple mustard. You can use barbecue sauce. You can use teriyaki sauce, honey garlic. What I'm getting at is you can literally make a whole pan of bacon and you can have different sections just like your pancakes where you've got really cool savory flavors. So maybe you want a portion of it that's crunchy and sweet, and then you want some that's a little more savory. It's amazing. So here's what I've done. I finished the batch just before we started. And I am bringing it over, oh, hi, Oliver, to show you. Now, this one is a combination of brown sugar, cayenne, and then a little bit of maple syrup. I can't even, how close can I get it? Guys, I can't even properly convey how, I'm going closer, delicious this is. It's a little smoky. It's a little crunchy, but chewy and sweet, and there's that little bit of heat just in the back of your throat. So good. So that's it. This is easy. This is quick. These are actual pancakes cooked on a pan. We're going to make up a plate here before you go, just to show you how fun this could be. And of course, Gavin, who's waiting patiently for his supper, his breakfast for supper. So we've got our pancakes. We're going to give those a topping of, let's do some blueberries. Ollie's watching as well. We can do a little cameo. My pancakes are done. So that was 9 minutes. Yep, they're done. And then I've got my bacon. My bacon on the side. Yum. And my maple syrup. Get a little spoon. It's just fun. Really, honestly, guys, we don't take life too serious around here because everybody works so hard. Your days are long. You just want to come home. You want to have a really quick, easy dinner. This is great for the weekend. It's great for holiday time or company. And especially if you are the host. You're not going to be stuck sweating at your stove for 2 hours. And I'm not joking. Look at this. Straight out of the oven, done. Slice them with a pizza cutter. You are good to go. We're going to put the bacon in the oven before we wrap up. Drop that temperature down to 400. Set your timer for about 15 minutes and enjoy. Caramelized candied bacon with a hint of spice and multi-fruit pancakes. I'm Meg Tucker. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, Amanda. Thank you for watching, and we really hope that whatever you do, you don't have to be fancy in the kitchen. Just make it with love. That's all that matters. Bye, guys.